thing as buff privilege.
Is there such privilege?
Buff privilege.
Is there such thing as buff privilege? Yeah.
100%. Of course. Is that
what they call it?
Is that true?
Pretty privilege.
I have never heard of pretty privilege.
I've never heard of
privilege.
You know, I can only speak from my experience. You know,
Are you buff?
I'm buff as fuck. Buff thing out here, you get me?
Hey, who thinks he's buff?
Hold on, sorry. I think, can we just define buff?
Okay, cool. Let me just explain.
Good looking.
I'm gonna get to it. Okay, who thinks Michael's buff? Put the hand up.
No, you want them to clap, innit?
No. Put your hand up.
But what is buff? What is buff?
Buff, attractive. Attractive, yeah.
Can't see hands though.
Attractive.
Hey.
Attractive.
That's what they
Guys
already
can vote too. We live in different times, you know?
Bruv, they already clapped their hands. Why are you hating?
Okay, and
Okay, there's a few hands. Alright, cool, no problem.
There's not a few hands. Everybody's hands.
let me
Michael,
get
are you waiting to get you?
You've been waiting to get me.
Should we give you the definition?
No, I didn't ask you.
Is it Urban Dictionary?
Because it's in the
I'll give it to you
dictionary.
anyway. Okay?
Yeah, give
Asked
it.
her.
A person in good physical shape with
Hey.
well-developed muscles.
Hey.
So is that what you're asking?
No, that's
Someone who's buff.
Okay.
No, more like because of you may look the way you look, you might get £10 knocked off your tires.
Of course, it's pretty
All the
privilege.
time.
You know
All
what I'm
the
saying?
time, honey.
So
No.
Get
I'm not
hotels.
saying that I get it all the time. I'm saying
do you,
that is a concept.
Yeah.
do you?
Well, I don't know, but there is such thing as
No, so like, has there been a time like, you know, off the top of your head, you've gone into a certain place and you've got a way or you've got something for free because, you know, of the way you look and, you know, yeah.
How do you know
to be
that's the
honest, it's
reason why you
impossible
got it?
to know. Yeah.
How
No,
does that
you know.
100% it
You
is.
know,
You
I'm
know.
not gonna lie.
If you're a dead thing,
I can
it's like,
speak.
how can I have 50? No.
I can speak.
Yeah, but
I can speak from my perspective. You know, as a business owner and an employer. You know, I'm just saying. You know. Yeah, you know, I don't want my receptionist to not look attractive. I always choose receptionists and people who, if I'm choosing people who represent my business, or even if I'm choosing models who will model for my cars and, you know, jets and things like that, you want people who are attractive.
So is there a universal attractiveness then? Is that what we're trying to say here? Because
Yes, I think there
when we
is.
look at programs like Love Island and stuff like that,
Which
you
was-
put one
which was
black girl
kind of leading
in,
to my next
and then
thing.
everyone says, oh, she's pretty for a black girl or whatever. Is there a universal prettiness then? Because who you might choose to be your receptionist, somebody else might walk in and think, oh, she's dead.
Nah, fam, nah. Ugly is ugly, innit?
Yeah.
But pretty is pretty. I don't care. It may be one. It may not be a cup of tea
No,
in
but
terms of
sometimes you gotta
dating.
be pretty, but it can be
but-
attractive.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
It kind of is what it is.
you may not necessarily want to date every attractive girl, but everybody and their mama can say, yo, that's an attractive person. Like, you know, it is what it is. 100%. 100%.
I kind of do agree with that.
Like, come on, man.
But don't you think personality comes into it as well?
No, but we're
sometimes?
talking about buff privilege. That's what we're talking about.
We're not okay because there is such thing as personality privilege. Of course, there is. But if you're really like nice,
You can
friendly
charm someone
person,
into a
but we're only
discount.
speaking
I
about
hear that.
Definitely.
I hear that.
You can charge someone into
personality
If you've got
privilege is
personality, you
real.
go into buy
You
a
can get
car
it, you can
and
whatever
you're
you
giving
want.
the down.
Yeah, no.
And your face is ugly.
It works.
You get a
100%.
discount.
But I'm saying, in
Why
this
would you
subject,
care
we speak
about,
about
like,
pretty
no,
privilege.
Because some people just have a way with words and a way with people and a way to make people feel, you know.
Good.
You date some people just have a way
When
of
you
making
see a
people
woman,
feel good.
what's the first thing you're thinking? You're not thinking about personality.
We're not necessarily
I'm not thinking about
I'm trying to make a point.
I'm not thinking about personality.
You're looking at,
Whether or not this initial attraction persists will depend on your personality.
All right, let's develop on this. Is there buff privilege for men though? We're talking about women.
We already talked about that
Of
already.
course.
So do you think us women give guys leeway for certain things because they're
100%,
good looking?
All right then, just imagine you go out on a night out, all right, and you ain't got time to get to know someone's personality to a T.
Of course,
all you have is what you see in
Damn
front of you.
right.
That's what
Okay.
you're working with,
Okay.
yeah.
So if a guy comes up to you who you do not define as attractive, his shoes look lean over,
Dirty, yeah.
like he don't look great, his teeth are falling out,
Hey, yeah.
and
Where do you meet these guys though?
I'm just saying.
Where are you hanging out?
I go to
saying.
But I'm
That's
just
fucked
saying,
up.
and if you meet this guy, you're gonna say, "I'm sorry, I've got a boyfriend."
Yeah.
But when this other guy comes,
The hot
suddenly
guy
you're
come,
single.
yeah? I'm
You
ready,
ain't got no
single, ready to
boyfriend.
mingle.
So of course, it's
So let me throw something at you, Marco. So you mentioned this guy, ugly teeth, blah blah blah, midnight shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck you saw him, but my thing, okay. So say he's got the fantastic job, and the other guy who's like buff privileged doesn't. So question is, who are you likely to take more shit from?
pretty privilege is more like a surface thing.
Okay,
I think when
but
you
we are-
start
but
to
we are on the
unpack,
surface thing, but we are
when
on
you
the
start to
surface thing.
unpack, then okay, I'm not gonna be with a bum. I don't care if you look like Anthony Joshua. Like you're not coming.
Oh, is
into
he
my
the
life.
standard? Is he the standard
Yeah,
of
for
beauty
her.
now?
Yeah, for her. So
For me.
don't downgrade
Is
it.
he the standard of beauty
Who's
now?
yours? Who's yours?
Are you not
just
entertained?
Who's your celebrity crush?
I'm
Michael?
just saying.
Who's your celebrity crush?
I don't actually have celebrity.
But
crushes.
I'm just okay. I use him as a reference because a lot of ladies
People
I
know
know
him,
find
yeah.
him attractive. I don't care if you look like
Yeah,
AJ.
yeah, whatever.
If you're not going anywhere or you can't add value to me, you can you can
But
leave. But if he's not that attractive, but he's got a lot going for him, he's way more attractive to me than
And
like he looks.
however, you may never have gone into the conversation with him in the first place.
Exactly.
No, well, no,
know,
but
yeah.
it would have probably
point.
gone into a different. So maybe it wasn't. We met in the club. Maybe we met at a business event and we networked, and our relationship started through that avenue.
So it had to work through another avenue for you
Yeah,
to get
Yes,
to
he
know.
would.
yeah.
Exactly.
He probably would have had to have
Yeah.
gone through it. But I'm not that I've exit math, but maybe he had to go through a different.
Can I ask this question? Because guys ask this question all the time. Do guys who appear to have more money, are they defined more as buff? Even if you look at Lisa, if you meet an ugly guy who looks like he's got money, does he immediately
Lisa.
graduate into the buff level?
No.
Are you?
Lies.
Hey, let me say, listen. You see this ugly nigga on the street, and he pull up in his Bentley convertible. Hey, he's like,
No,
hey,
man,
mommy.
ugly's ugly. No.
I don't believe that shit.
Listen, you don't really
I don't believe that.
Every day we see girls there rolling
all
around.
day
Ugly
long.
guys.
All day, we
Because they
actually
got money.
see
I
that.
think
I mean,
bare
you see it every
confidence
day.
is well and they're ugly. Nah.
You see it every day. You see it every day, and the only reason you're there is because of the money. Let's be real.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, yo, half the guys who go to the clubs and buy the big tables,
They're
it's
ugly.
because they
have to use that,
They have to use
yeah,
some
yeah.
kind of other method of coercion to draw attention.
So
you
is
know?
this buff
That's not buff to
privilege
me.
is only
No, that's not
towards
buff to me.
like gaining the other person's attention? Is there buff privilege in other circumstances?
think buff privilege in it-
like
that's
when
what
you
that
go to
could
buy
look at.
something,
Yeah.
if you're looking nice, do you know what I mean? If you go to buy a car, would you dress up in your
Wear
best
tight
car?
trousers, wear no
Do you know what I mean? Make
pants.
sure all your assets are on show
Yeah.
to maybe get a little discount or whatever. Is that so? Buff privilege goes across different circumstances.
We live in a
That's true,
superficial
yeah.
world.
It's-
Unfortunately,
it's true.
it does. They say it's a man's world. Whilst I think that is changing, I also believe that
I think it's dominated by women. This is a
It's true though. I've
But
been in
I will say-
places to buy
but-
stuff,
Yeah.
and because of our dress and look, I get big discounts.
Of course you
I
do.
went to buy my carpet.
Yeah.
I went to carpet right to get my
Right.
carpet. My carpet was £200. I got my carpet for £150.
Yes.
I'm not even lying there.
She not just explaining what I was just saying.
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah,
Wasn't the way she looks?
true.
It's a fucking legal.
Yeah,
I
I
get
get
50
£50
fucking discount for
off.
shit.
Of course, it's a thing. It's like when there's certain places that you go in the world. So say if you go to like Miami and you're
Oh,
in a
shit.
queue,
Oh.
and so for instance, when we went to me and my sister went a couple of years ago, we were in some long ass queue. It was like security literally pulled me and my sister out of the
The
queue
rest
and
was
said,
dead.
Yeah.
"You are not in that queue," and they walked us to the front.
Yeah.
And for me, I felt really uncomfortable and embarrassed.
Don't lie.
I felt bad for everyone else. I was
Don't
thinking,
lie.
Nah, you were tired. You were crazy. You were crazy.
To be honest, I think we get a lot.
No, it's
true, yeah.
it's evil and it's a cold world out there.
See, why is it every time? So actually just drop that at the end.
Yes, I like
It's like a let me cover my ass. and say,
Yeah, cover my
It's a
tracks.
cold, and it's not fair, but it is what it is, man.
Okay, so
So what privilege do you have so far?
Who, me?
Do you think
I
you're
don't get
buff?
no fucking privilege.
But do you
Yeah,
think
you
you're buff?
do.
No, I don't want no privilege.
Okay.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
You haven't got an example.
No discount.
oh
No
my
nothing.
god.
I'm
You don't get no
paying
discount.
for everything.
No
This guy,
discount, no, no.
I don't care. I don't want that.
Michael,
Michael, what are you saying?
Yeah,
Michael, what are you saying, Michael?
any discount?
both privilege and all that
Beer
jazz, you know?
Tell us where your buffness is giving you.
No, do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I mean, buff is what it is. But it's actually crazy because the reason I got into private jet charters is I met this middle-aged white woman at an event, and I believe she was attracted to me.
Okay.
And so, you know, she befriended me. She was like, listen, you know, I want to set up this private jet company, but I don't have the time. I don't have the, you know, da-da-da. You seem like a very resourceful young man.
Okay.
Sugar mommy. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, do you know what? You know, she was like, you know, come with me. Yeah, she was, no. I mean, I think it was about maybe the third time I had met her at networking events or whatever. She was like, listen, come with me to Birmingham. I'll go and introduce you. I'll take you to the hangar. We'll go and meet the people who own the jets and all of that. So we literally went out there, and obviously she was like, yeah, let's spend the night. So, you know, we ended up spending the night in Birmingham. You know,
Have we all heard of the term
no, fuck off. I didn't say anything happened. But I'm saying, so we're at dinner time. We're having dinner. We're having conversations, and before she knows, she's like, you know, there's another business idea that I've been talking about.
What, sex for money?
No, fuck off.
Oh my God. You know, I'm waiting to get back at him.
So she's like, there's another idea that I've been meaning to talk to you about. I was like, all right, cool, just go for it. And she started talking about pheromones, right?
About what?
About pheromones.
What is that?
Pheromones is, for people who don't know that, so there are apparently the juices from a woman, right? If bottled up, right? So she started sharing this story about, you know, she's about to create this factory that's going to create.
That's gonna bottle up.
That's gonna bottle. So it's gonna take the main ingredient out of. No.
The lady comes down.
Bro,
But why?
are you dumb?
Listen,
Why am I weird? I'm not the one who did it, you idiot. I'm simply sharing a story. So we're out, you know.
Crying.
He knows he's got some in his fridge.
You know what? Fuck this podcast. I'm out. So she starts sharing this idea, and she starts telling me about this story when she was a bit younger, where she had a really mean boss, right? And before she would go and ask him for time off, she and her friend would literally wrap each other, go into his office, put some on his door, on his table, on his door handle. And she said, there was one time, the man came into the office. The moment he walked in, the moment he had a frown on his face, the moment the man walked into the office, he was like, okay. So he goes to sit at his desk, he took his pen, started playing with his pen. They went and asked him for time off. He was like, yes, of course. Meanwhile, she had just asked the previous day, and he had said no. And so she was like, this is actually magical. Like, it can make men happy without you even knowing.
Can someone Google this, please?
What the hell?
No, there are pheromones. There are pheromones out there. In fact, there are even pheromones for men where if you want to attract more women, you put a little bit on you before you go
So what
out.
we saying? The lady
It's not perfume. It's called pheromones. They may perfume it. They may add some fragrance so it smells good. No, but see, but that stuff works, right? And so the point. I said all of that.
Wow, thanks for that.
I said all of that.
Thank you.
To say. As I started spending more and more time with her, she started getting more and more flirts. I mean, I already knew it from day dot anyway, but I took advantage.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she got someone. Oh.
I took advantage of the situation because it was beneficial. But I don't think that situation that I would have been able to get into those circles. And it was quite interesting because for 2 years I've been looking to get into the private jet industry and nobody had been taking me seriously. But when I went in with this woman, I managed to cross all boundaries. I only believe the reason I got in there.
Both privilege.
Both privilege.
So call it whatever you want, but I took advantage of whatever it was that she saw in me. And I did that. No, I didn't smash.
That's what I wanted to know.
I think it also comes down to opposite sex. Sometimes that can be a privilege without being buff or whatever. Like, I just just find that, say, for example, you want to call someone and you've got a complaint, the person answers and it's a man, you're more likely to, even if you can't see you, as a woman, you're more likely to get further with it than if a man was on the phone with a man. I feel like that also plays a part.
I don't think so.
Like,
See, I personally, if I've got a complaint, I don't want a woman to pick up the phone.
You want a man to pick up the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
but
I
then
feel
not
like...
even a complaint, but you know, sometimes just to get further in things or just to progress in
No,
something.
not phone call.
I just feel like if it's the
In-person
opposite
or-
sex, sometimes you get a bit further.
Nah, I feel like if I'm with a woman, I feel, and you know, don't stone me, but this is just what I think. I think because women feel like they have to do more to be taken seriously, a woman is a little less lenient in a situation like that, and they will probably drag it out a little bit more.
What do you mean?
As in, certain things I feel like men will listen to, and they'll be like, yeah, cool, I'll try to help you. Women will go by the book because they do not want to be seen. I go into business meetings.
Yeah.
I go into business meetings with women, right? And usually, I mean, I have a way of breaking that shit down, but usually I am met with a very cold face. And I feel like it's because you think you are, you think you're all that. So they need to be extra to prove to me that I'm not one of those people.
It's just women already, there's a disadvantage already that they see for themselves, but I think because they want to be taken as seriously as you, do you understand? And show that they're even probably better.
Right.
I think when it comes to things like that, women are better than men in every aspect, just because they pay attention
Things
to
like
more
what?
detail. Business and stuff like that. I think they're better business people. So that's my own perception. That's what I think.
You're better than you.
Well, I do agree. I think women, we have to be more serious. For me as a businesswoman, I've realised that I have to carry myself in a very different way than I have to be serious. I have to let man know that you can't flirt with me. I'm just not into
Do you
that.
think that's what it is though? Because
I'm like, let you know, like,
yeah.
he's professional. But, and so some guys actually have the audacity to ask me, is this professional or personal? Because I'm a woman, they're so not used to dealing with a business woman
But they wouldn't say that
actually,
to you if they thought you were dead.
Say again.
They wouldn't say that to you
Did you
if
think
they
you
thought
were
ugly.
attractive?
I don't know. Well, I totally get women. We have to carry ourselves seriously.
But I feel like
To get-
that. I feel like personally that can be a little bit more detrimental in the long run, because for me, you know, just in business, I like to work with people who I think are easy to work with. Do you know what I mean? And so
No,
when
I'm still gonna be easy, but like all that flirting stuff, I'll make sure that there's no essence of you will not get the wrong
You're
idea.
not-
How do you
Yeah,
lay
you're
that
not
out? How do you-
Say
But
it
I
again.
feel
how do you lay that out?
like that's an essential tool for a woman. You can flirt your way into any situation.
I think it depends how comfortable you are.
But
I'm
this-
just not comfortable.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
It's a personal thing.
I've called up for something or the other, and it's been a woman, and she shut the thing down. Oh no, sorry, we can't do that right now. So I'm
Right.
gonna just cut the thing off, put the phone down, call back up. It's a man. Oh, let me look into that for you.
Right,
let me do this. Let me do
Okay.
that. So there, I think there is a privilege, even without seeing if the person's buff or not buff. I just think when it's male and female, there's certain ways we can use our, and they can use theirs. I don't know. It might be the same way for men. That you can just use your female privilege to get around something or to
I
get
agree.
progression in something.
I'm all
without
about-
being buff is what
I
I'm
am
saying.
all
It's not always
about-
about buff privilege.
I'm all about using everything you have to your advantage. Like, it's very
It's
easy.
not fair though, is it?
Well, everybody has something.
I don't think it's fair because if two girls go for an interview with you and you find one to be more attractive to be your receptionist and the other one not so, but the other one's got more history in it,
More
she's got more
intelligence.
qualifications, but because you're going for the buffness, you're going to now pick Miss Buffy who's got less to do, but you're really
I'm not saying that.
you're going to train her out
I'm
and
not.
everything because
I'm not
she's buff.
saying that's all it takes.
It's not fair.
I'm not saying that's welcome to
No,
work.
we're not.
That's welcome to work. I just
privilege.
look. At the end of the day, the same way I am thinking in a certain way is how my clients are going to think. And so if they walk into my establishment, it has to be welcoming. It has to be I know how they're going to think. And so I have to think the way they are going to think and make decisions based on that.
So don't you think
your
it's
clientele have to walk in
I think
and
it
go,
depends, though.
wow, look at that girl.
If that's
first
the only
they'll
thing
do.
that brings you in, I feel like, the world is the way the world is the way it is, and you just have to take advantage of what you've been given, whatever that may look like, and use it to your advantage.
Why black women and Asian men are at a disadvantage when it comes to online dating.
What are the social beauty
What are the
standards?
social beauty standards and who defines them? What impact do programs such as Love Island have on our views? And how are Asian men and black women represented in society today in media?
I've never seen Love Island.
This is what I was saying about who says who's attractive. What is the social attractiveness?
So should we just start
what
off?
is the general?
Should we just start off with the first
How
question?
can you say
What
that?
are society beauty standards and who defines them?
What are society?
I feel like it changes from season to season. Like, you know, once upon a time, the Marilyn Monroes of the world was defined as the standards of beauty, and in the world that we are in today, the Kim Kardashians of this world have made curvy attractive. So more women want to be curvy.
Yeah.
I see you lurking in them likes, boy.
So what are we saying? The media controls what the social standard of
100%.
attractiveness is.
The media has always controlled it, but we go with it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
Okay, I just see beauty as beauty. Like, I will see a really dark-skinned girl beauty, a white girl beautiful, an Asian girl beautiful. But I've never said that girl is really pretty and then someone else said she's really ugly.
Right.
I just think that pretty is pretty.
It's pretty.
Regardless of whether you have eyes like this, a fat ass, a skinny ass. Like, I just feel that there's just pretty, like, we just kind of
I agree.
tend to conform. I don't know, I've just never heard someone say she's so pretty and I thought, oh, she's really ugly.
I do
know,
think
I've
the
just
media
never-
control it, because I think there's been times in the media where they've held up certain people. I'm not going to say their names.
No, say.
And they
I
will
wanna-
go on
we
about
wanna
this
know.
person, they're so beautiful, and
Like
then all of
who?
a sudden they're doing runways and all of this and all of that, and I'm like, they're not.
Like who?
To
And
me,
you think it's
they're
like
not.
who?
When I say they're not beautiful, I'm not saying they're not, because who can say who's not beautiful? But I just mean a generic.
You know, they're not all that,
What I think
like-
is a generic, maybe what everybody would go for: black, white, Asian, Oriental.
Is she like
No, I don't think she's nice. That's
See,
it.
for me,
I don't
she's
think Beyonce's
okay.
nice.
See, I'm not a big fan.
Beyonce.
I don't think she's
I'm not a huge fan of Beyonce.
She's nice.
But I would never say Beyonce is not nice.
Not to me.
I mean, bruh.
I think what's made her look like, you have to look. She's a celebrity, so let's put
Yeah,
it
her
down to normal
status,
standards.
yeah.
Yeah, but there are celebrities
I'll look
like
at her,
Lady
I'll
Gaga,
look-
who I'm not
I don't
gonna
think
say.
I don't think Lady
no,
Gaga's nice.
Yeah, I can say that.
No, but what I'm trying to say, listen, look, okay, I didn't really. Beyonce was on the normal street, look, every day, yeah.
Beyonce,
I
for
think
real,
her-
where?
I think her beauty.
No,
is
he
just-
was saying that if she was on a normal
I thought she's just, you just see Beyonce.
She's pretty, but she's not like the way she's this and that. Cardi
Can
B's
you
dead.
imagine you think Beyonce
Cardi
is
B's dead.
beautiful?
Bruh.
Generically, like everybody was kind of.
bro.
Alright, what about Cardi B?
Cardi B's dead.
Bro.
I don't think Cardi B's
That's
nice.
nasty.
Okay, Lupita Nyong'o. Lupita Nyong'o.
Who's that?
Beautiful.
You said who's that? Black Panther. Lupita.
Lupita's
Lupita
beautiful.
Nyong'o, don't do that.
Looks like cute.
Don't do that.
No, but look, that's my example. At one point in the media, everyone was going on about Lupita.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I
Lupita this.
get
She was
it.
on every magazine.
Who's that? Who's that? Wait,
Lupita
She's
Nyong'o.
the dark-skinned girl.
Yeah.
She's from Black Panther.
And when I say there was a big
What is it?
hype
The one in
about her,
Obvious a slave.
Is that the one in Us?
Yes.
everybody was hyping
Everybody,
about her.
I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody was.
Everybody.
I
Yeah, the
couldn't
one in
turn a
Us.
page and not see her.
But it was
Do
a
you
trend.
think she's nice?
It was.
This is what I'm
It
saying.
was the trend.
Yeah.
It was a trend. I feel like.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
she's gorgeous. I feel like
But this
that.
is what I'm
I feel
saying.
like that Lupita Nyong'o situation was a trend where
I
all
think-
the media
This
was
is what
now
I'm saying.
jumping on dark skin.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
she had become the face of dark skin
Dark
is
skin,
beautiful.
so,
So
yeah.
let's
twisted.
go. Don't get me like I'm not saying
I
she's
think,
not
I
attractive.
think
This is
she
what
can
I'm
be
saying.
attractive to some degree, like not personally me. Do you understand? But I can see why people would say that. I don't see the big hype.
I think
just
it's about
down to
status,
celebrity
man.
status
Like
as well.
statuses. What about Laurie Harvey?
Who?
Yeah, Lori
Laurie
Harvey.
Harvey, the other
Who's
day,
that?
everybody was
She's
going on about her.
Oh, she's
Future girlfriend.
she's alright though. She's not like.
Yeah, everyone was like.
I feel like you guys are using the wrong example.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm talking about
Kelly
all the
Rowland. You
people
think
because you
Kelly
won't know.
Rowland's
Who? Kelly Rowland's beautiful.
Move on to the question. So, what impact does programs like Love Island have on our views?
Views on what?
Beauty,
Beauty.
you know, perception of.
Yeah, it does annoy me because I have a Love Island group here with me and my girls. And then when Love Island comes on.
Oh, you got Love Island groups, yeah?
You
Wow.
also have a Love Island group. Oh, okay, there's three of us.
She's
No, I
I
noticed
don't
that.
do that shit.
I noticed that when it starts, a few of the girls in the group will be like, oh, why did they have to pick her? Like, of all the black girls, like, because we only get one pick in a show like that. It does affect us because people start thinking, well, that one person has to represent me in general, so it does affect us. If we're from that race, we have to think, why did they pick that one? Why couldn't they pick a girl with a smaller or hair, her own hair, or natural beauty, or no, and we get really picky. It does affect us.
I've never seen an episode of Love Island, so I can't speak.
Fair enough. I mean, from what I think is like, well, this is England, yeah? Obviously, England is a predominantly white country, so therefore it's a white program. That's the way I see it. We complain a lot as a diverse, cultural-based human society, but I feel like when it's a program that's been created, okay, for example, if it was created by me, I'm a black man. So I'm going to reflect the show based on how I feel I want the show to look. So we need to look at also the directors and who have they come up with this idea.
But isn't that their problem though?
That is, but what I'm trying to say, they've come up with this idea. So when the viewers like ourselves have an impact and say, this is not a representation of my society.
I'm sure they've been saying that since season 1.
I think we do have to champion our own by force sometimes because we just are underrepresented in most things. So by force, we should watch things like that and help with it. And by force, we do have to say someone's great on a show because they're the only person on it that we can relate to.
I don't feel that way. I don't feel like we have to pretend to like anything if it's not great.
We do it, though.
I'm just not of that. I'm just not of that mindset.
We should. I'm not saying we should, but I'm saying as a community we're forced to do so because
by who?
Going back to by social media, by media, by the media.
You have a right. You have a choice to choose what you will indulge in, right? And you have that. That is your right. Nobody's asking you to indulge.
No, but I'm saying if we watch Love Island and there's one black girl on there, so don't watch
the show.
There's one black couple on there. No, we watch the show because we like to watch it. But I'm saying there's one black couple on there, one Asian couple. You're going to champion them because you can relate, and they're the one thing out of the whole show that.
Do you know what? I'm sorry. Cut this. Let me stop. Let me say this. Can we only relate to one another if the other person is black? Like, is that the only relation that you are able to have?
In certain aspects, we have to.
Okay, look, the whole concept behind Love Island is what? People to go on, single people to find love, right? So it is their duty, it's their duty, to show that in different elements. Do you understand? Now, how are we gonna relate? It's not about, it's not erasing us into say, we're racist, we don't want to see what their interest or what. We all have our personal interests. Do you understand? So if they don't put a personal interest in there of some sort, then what are we really watching?
So the personal interest, is it limited to something racial?
I don't need black representation in Love Island.
Why not?
For me, I'm watching it because it's drama filled. If the black people take them out, I'm still watching Love Island.
Fine.
Right. And so for me, and also I don't like people making a fool of themselves. And so for me, I don't even need to see black people.
Right.
I don't need to see black people in Love Island. I'm just being honest.
Can you admit? Okay, I like that you said that. That's true. That's honest. That's fair enough. But can you admit, obviously, you would like to see something that you pay interest in certain things?
On Love Island, I couldn't care less.
It doesn't make or break the show, guys.
I mean, it is what it is. Media has always controlled society's view on what beauty looks like. Whether it used to be the newspapers, now is social media and Love Island review groups. that's never gonna change. But it is what it is.
What it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Appreciate that.